Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C., all the way from Philadelphia, PA. I have an amazing guest for you today. Super excited. I met her at my book launch. Dad, absolutely. And about him today, it's about Meghan Santana, who's the owner of Chicka and Incorporated Clothing. She's 25, based in Delaware. She owns an online boutique selling groovy clothes to the modern hippie and inspiring women to become entrepreneurs. So without further ado, we will have Meghan up here on the screen. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I was actually just in Philly yesterday.
Oh, nice. That's super awesome. Well, hopefully you could join us at our May 20th event that I am hosting. It's Empower to Inspire, and that's going to be on May 20th, Saturday in Philadelphia at the Arch. Oh my God, I forgot the name of the place. The Arch Street Meeting House, which is to empower and inspire new and inspiring entrepreneurs. Also, those have been in the field to inspire others as well. So we'll talk about that later. But Meghan, I'm so glad to have you here. I met you back in January when I launched my book. And you and your dad are just amazing individuals, and you have a lot of things going on. I want to make sure that I touch base on all of that. But first, tell me where you're from, what was your upbringing, and how did you become the leader that you are today in your life?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on this podcast. And I started entrepreneurship when I was like 16, 17 in high school. I started with photography, and I would do senior pictures for the high school students as like my side job to start, because at that point when you're 16, you need to start making some money. So I started with that and got my first LLC when I was 18. And I've always been raised around entrepreneurs. My dad is an entrepreneur. My aunt is an entrepreneur. We have people in our bloodline that were entrepreneurs. So I think I was just destined to do it. And I always had that encouragement from my parents, which was really beneficial for me. But I did photography for a long time. I still do it. And then in 2017, I decided to start my clothing company. It's like a dream I had since birth or anything. I love clothing and I love designing. So I was really intrigued by it and just went for it in 2017. So we just celebrated our 5th birthday a few months ago. And I'm in my whole building that I run my boutique out of since it's online. So it's like half a warehouse, half an office.
That is wonderful. Wow. At 16, 17, you started your photography. First of all, when I was in high school, I absolutely love photography. So I did take a course. I love candid pictures. I just love pictures of the mountains, of the seas, just of objects, really just those crazy, beautiful, outrageous pictures. So when you told me that, I'm like, oh my God, we have that in common. That's amazing. And just having the eye for a vision is just something beautiful. You just can't, like, it's a memory created, it's snapped, and it can last forever. So I absolutely love that, and that you still do that. I actually have a photo studio in my office where I actually took the picture for my book. One day I just, put some makeup on, did my hair, and I kind of just snapped a couple pictures, not knowing that it was going to be the cover of my book. But again, that's just super awesome. And then you decide to LLC at 18, and it's pretty easy when you have the history in your bloodline that that just runs through your blood to really own your own stuff. And I just absolutely love that, because I wish I would have done what I'm doing now 20 years ago. So what really led you, besides the fact that you have this in your bloodline, what really led you to really take that move and that leap of faith? Like, what type of mind did you have to really go all in and go for it?
I feel like a lot of things led up to it. I'm the oldest of my parents, 3 daughters. I'm the oldest. I'm a Leo. I am very I just have that like independent gene in me that I don't like working for people. I like creating my own time, my schedule. I like creating things to share with people. And monetizing creativity can be like very positive. So I just knew from pretty young that I wanted to work for myself. So I did try, and I went to college for business, and it just wasn't sticking very well with me. I struggled with it. And so then I switched to having an art major, and it turned out I don't like being criticized on my art. So that didn't work out really well. So I talked to my parents, and I was like, look, here's what I want to do. I can pay my own bills. I can prove to you that I don't need college. Like, will you let me drop out? And they were like, yeah, if you, pay your bills, then we trust you, like, go for your dream. So I dropped out of college after a year, and just like, I think doing that kind of forced me to make it successful, because if it failed, then I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. So I kind of like took that, the safety net away. And I think that helped me kind of like just go all in.
I love that. And just being a mom of a senior who's about to graduate, who does his own, he's an artist as well. He loves to draw. He loves to animate. He's a coder. And, we're going through like senior year right now. And like college is like not an option for him. He's like, I don't want to continue staying in school. Like, I just want to do my craft. I just want to live in my craft. And I'm like, I'm 100% supportive. So kudos to your parents for, giving you the option. They sent you off to college. Yeah. You've seen that it didn't work for you. And just that self-awareness is just, at a young age, sometimes we don't even have a clear path. So just to see you really take ownership of your life is so inspiring. And I can't wait for my son to actually watch this podcast and listen to it, because it's just super awesome that, he definitely wants to be in that space. And again, I'm 100% for it. Nothing with not going to college if that's your dream and your major. I mean, you could cut out a lot of time, a lot of finances, a lot of debt and stuff like that if you really find your true passion, and never leave that undone because something that you can regret in the future. So thank you so much for that. And so you also have a podcast, and I wanted just to touch a little bit about that. Can you just share with us what your podcast name is? And I know it's with your dad.
Yeah. We just started our podcast we officially announced it in January, because we thought it would be cool to just start off the new year with this new venture together. So my dad was having me help him start his own podcast, and through the process we got invited to guest as father and daughter on like one of our friends' podcasts. So it was so funny because we did it. We flowed so well together as guests. And when we were driving home, I looked at him and I was like, so how would you feel if I was also on your podcast and we kind of rebranded the whole thing and like started again? And he was like, honestly, that's a great idea. Let's do it. So he's just been so supportive of me and everything I do. And I just was so excited that he was like fine with us doing it as a team. And I told him I thought it would be a really cool niche to have a father-daughter who are both entrepreneurs, and one male, one female. And I feel like we just have such a broad like community with that. And we've just been having so much fun with it. But it's called The Creative Side of Things. And we're empowering entrepreneurs to really dig into that creative side, because there are entrepreneurs who don't feel creative. And we're just trying to encourage everyone that you just have to figure out where that is and how to like utilize it for your business.
Yes, absolutely. The creative side of things. First of all, that title is just creative in itself. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch when you have a parent and a child really take that. And this is why I resonated with you guys so much, is because that's what me and my son do. Like, I hired my son for the summer as to make some of the sounds that I have coming up with some of the videos that I put together and some of the graphics, he designed. And it has been an absolute amazing process to be able to share that with him. And I actually take him to the events like your dad took you to speaking events, to personal development, so that he can see what mom does and why she spends so much time away from home. And, just knowing that, I'm building it for him. So just to have your dad just be that wonderful type of person to really like take you guys under his wing and really let you also spread your wings. So that's super awesome. So you're enjoying that process. And what does your mom think about all of this?
Yeah, I was about to address her. So my mom is just as supportive. She's just not an entrepreneur, but her version of being creative is she's a second grade teacher, and she has to be very creative in that field with, keeping the attention of little kids and teaching them. And her job is so important. If you're listening and you're a teacher, like, thank you for all you do. Because I feel like all of us can really always think of that one teacher that really helped them when we were younger, and teachers are just really important. And that's coming from someone who didn't want to go to college. I still need to learn, and I have now, instead of teachers, I have mentors. So my mom has just been more of our cheerleader. She's just always there and happy to help in any way she can.
That's super
and she wears
awesome.
And she wears Chicka as her outfit. So
oh, that even better, right? Definitely
yeah.
100% supportive. So
Yeah.
just thinking about my mom, it's so funny because one of my old coworkers, because I used to work for a healthcare plan, and my mom was on, she has that plan, and she has home visits and stuff like that. And a representative came out to her home, and they had asked him, like, hey, do you know Nikki? And he was like, of course I know Nikki, absolutely. And she obviously proud mom, look at what she's doing, like super, saying, hey, you need to connect with her if you're just tired of work or whatever, just check her out. And he's like, oh yeah, I've been watching her. And then he texts me, he's like, oh my God, your mom is like so proud of you. Like, I just met her. She's like the sweetest thing. So just to know that there are parents out there, and that's so important. And I know you're, obviously eventually you'll be a mom's, at some point, and just knowing that you've had those parents that were able to support your journey and that you would be able to pass that forward, because a lot of parents are not really paying attention to what the children's really want, and they kind of determine their futures and stuff like that. So I'm always an advocate for listen to what your child says, support them in every way, no matter what it is, and let them, learn, let them, create their own path. So I just absolutely love it. Kudos to your mom. I love that, she sports your clothes, your line,
Yeah.
and that's just amazing. So do you actually tailor the clothing? Like, do you design it? Are you hands-on with it? Or do you have a company that kind of brands it and stuff for you?
So there's a mixture. I design some of the things, like this is a new design entrepreneur. So this goes into like being a college dropout. I thought it'd be cool to do a university style, but entrepreneur. So I design that, and I work with a local screen printer in Philadelphia. So there's directions like that where I am designing, but then things like that you see hanging, dresses and things like that. I'm building relationships with wholesalers and vendors that are all based in the US, and they are manufacturing, but they don't sell the clothes. So that's my job. So I'm finding multiple, like hundreds of thousands of wholesalers, and finding unique pieces within each of them, putting them together into collections that kind of fit together and fit Chicka & Co., while also making sure I am size inclusive, because that is so important, and a lot of boutiques aren't doing it. So we offer extra small to 3XL in everything. And I always encourage that size is a recommendation. Whatever works for you is your size. It doesn't matter the letter. If it fits the way you want, then that's your size. Like, I think people overthink the sizing a lot.
That is awesome. Definitely going to have to check that website out for sure and share it. And so what is your biggest passion when you're creating and when you're in these partnerships and connections? Like, really, what is your total vision a couple years from now? Where do you want Chicka to go?
So, well, I feel like since I started, I've always wanted to be a small business that also supports small business. So a lot of our products are locally made or women owned. So we have like clay earrings that I designed, but they're made locally in Delaware. We have a lot of crochet items. Our crochet is made by the coolest lady who lives 15 minutes from me. And so I sell it, but she makes it and we design it together. So it's really fun to just be able to sell as a small business, but when you're supporting me, you're also supporting all these women as well. So it's kind of like a domino effect of small business. And my dream moving forward, I would love to have a staff that I can spoil and, pay them properly the way that we all should be paid. And I just want to build the brand whilst also inspiring women to do exactly what I'm doing. So I have a lot of friends in the boutique business and we choose community over competition. We support each other and recommend each other to our customers. We don't, I believe that everyone can do exactly what I'm doing and there's room for everyone. Like it's just an endless, everyone can sell clothes if you want to, and I'm here to help if they want to.
That is awesome. That actually gave me chills when you said that, because that's exactly what I'm about. Like, I help other coaches and, do their thing and really inspire them to build out their coaching programs, to build it from the ground up, to be able to share. And a lot of people are like, Nikki, are you crazy? You have coaches on your podcast and they're selling their stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, absolutely. Like, I'm learning from them. It's just amazing. Like, community is so important, especially for women these days.
I'm on a phone call. I'm on a phone call. Sorry.
I had a job for you.
Okay, one sec.
That's all right. Come on.
Okay.
I'll let you shoot and put up birds.
Okay. I live on a property with Trevor, my fiance's grandparents, so.
Oh, no worries. No worries. We can kind of slice that out, or I like it raw if you're so okay
sorry.
with it.
Oh, yeah. So I told him I'm on a phone call and he's shooting at birds right now. That's my life.
Oh, okay. That's no problem. So, we're just all doing life, and that's the way it is.
Could I tell him really quick? I'm going to tell him really quick. Are you done? Are you done in a minute? I'm on a phone call. Okay, I'm sorry. You can cut that out, right?
Yeah, I can. I can. No worries. So it's just so important for women to really support each other and not tear each other down. So I love that community is centered in your heart. Yeah, absolutely. So that's super awesome. So, and your vision is amazing. I think it's great when you add other people on. I was just actually on a mastermind call where people, someone was sharing their story about they were proposing a partnership and they wanted like 100% of the cost. Like, but you need, this other person's stuff, and they're only asking for, I think, 20 or 30%, and they just had no deal, which the person is not really succeeding. So I think, just that messaging with being able to, partner up with local, you're keeping it local. You're definitely making sure that everyone, you guys are sharing your clients, which is super amazing. So you guys do jewelry as well. That's also something you can purchase on the website.
Yes, jewelry, clothing. And we have crochet, which is like hand crocheted purses and car hangers and like really unique things that you just can't find at like Target. So I try and be very unique with what we sell. So I feel like branding more retro is really like making us stand out. And that's what I want to do. I just want to stand out, be different, and not be in a cookie cutter boutique.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the retro vibe that I think retro never goes away. It's always
Yeah.
something that's going to live on forever. So
I
that's
hope
great.
so.
Yes. Well, we are here with Meghan Santana. We're going to take a quick break and to go to our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with some more information on Meghan.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JAESCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
That was Jose Escobar, and I know you had the pleasure of meeting him that weekend as well at our business book launch. Super exciting time. We had just a great weekend. It was amazing. Like, how was your experience?
It was really inspiring. It was super inspiring, and it was such a good way to network. And now we have so many people that we met there who will be on our podcast. And I met you there, and now I'm on your podcast. So that's like really exactly what we were just talking about community over competition. Like, we're all business owners, but we all want to like help each other grow. And I just love that.
Yeah, and definitely get, if we have these platforms that we can shine a light on, that other person, that other entrepreneur that's really making a difference, not only in their own lives, but in others' lives, because even owning a boutique, like, people feel good in their clothes. They feel good with their accessories. And that's what you want. You just want people to put a smile on somebody's face, make sure they feel great, look great, and they're ready for whatever event they're having. So I just love that whole fashion thing that you have going on. And it's amazing. And what actually, I'm looking at the name and I want to say it, but how did you get this name?
Oh, yes. Chicka. So Chicka, I spelled wrong on purpose. I'm Puerto Rican and I'm Italian. So my abuela calls me Chica Artistica. And that's actually the name of my photography company. So when I started the clothing company, I was like, well, I just love the name so much. Let me just add and co and just keep it. So I think it really makes us stand out because I didn't want to do, just my name with a boutique at the end of it. So I love the term chica, and I call my customers my little chicas. So if you don't know, and you're listening, basically it means like artistic girl, and then chica by itself is just like little girl.
Yes, absolutely. I'm also Puerto Rican, so I love it. I like it in Spanish too. Chica, esa chica, yeah. I love it. It's just so, it resonates so quickly. I think people can pick it up really, really well and be like, okay, well, I need to know what this brand is about. So I can't wait to be able to, put this out there and make sure that people visit your website and just feel great about, what they're wearing, what they're getting, and having an experience. Now, do you, are these things that are shipped to people? Can they go to a boutique, like a physical location? Or you said it's just online, right?
A little bit of both. So we are majority online. We ship anywhere. I am 2 states away from shipping to every state in the U.S. I think I need Vermont and one other state. So if anyone's from Vermont, please just buy like West sticker or something. But so we're an online company. I ship everything. It's literally just me. I'll have people email me like, hey, Chicka & Co team. And I'm like, it's just me. I'm doing everything. So if you're if you're emailing me, if you're getting a package, if you're shopping, like it's all from Meghan, which I think is fun. But everything gets shipped to you. So you shop online and then it ships to you in the cutest packaging ever, if I do say so myself. So it is an experience from, being on the website to it coming at your door to wearing it. If you are local to Delaware, I am also in a local salon called Peachy Keen Boutique in Milford. They are a retro-inspired hair salon, so it fit very well to be together there. I'm hoping that people can shop us in person. Moving forward, I'm working on having a mobile boutique. I have a 1969 Airstream camper that I'm renovating into a physical mobile location.
That is awesome. That's so amazing. I love this whole mobile inspiration. I actually have someone that I know that she has like a mobile bar that just goes to
so
parties. Cool. They set up. I'm like, what? What is this about?
It's the new thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if I could take my coaching mobile. I'm gonna have to be creative. That's amazing. I love what you're doing, Meghan. I am so glad that your dad bring you. I'm glad that I met him, that Emilio connected us. He's amazing. He was actually just speaking on the CLA. I believe it was yesterday. And it let me tell you, my hand was about to fall off because I was just writing notes. Like his knowledge and wisdom of, the marketing space is just super awesome. And I know that he definitely instills that in you. And I know you're going to pay that forward. So I am just so proud that, I know you, proud that you are doing your thing. You are being that woman in your life that's independent, that's just ready to soar and really grow, this brand that you have. So thank you so much. Is there
the retail space? The retail space since COVID has changed so much, and it's when you were talking about marketing, it's just been such a interesting few years to adapt to how to sell to people. Sales for 2022 were super weird because of, gas prices went up and all these things. So that's why I'm also trying to help other boutiques and like business owners, because I think we're all in like a really weird boat right now where we're like, why isn't anyone shopping? Like what's happening? And it's important just to stay positive. And that's when you can really bring that creative side and like, how can I be different than what everyone else is doing to like get those sales and get those customers? So if anyone ever needs, someone to bounce ideas off of, I'm here. I love talking marketing, especially for retail. Selling products is just so much fun. And also that I get to photograph my own products too, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm going to connect you with a couple people. I have this family member of mine who she was actually on my podcast, and she has a great line as well, that clothing online as well. And I think you guys would definitely be great to, touch base. So I'm going to connect you with her, and then I'm going to see what my Rolodex looks like for people that have, physical products and stuff that, jewelry, anything that has to do with the woman and the body and, just being, the essence of that femininity. And I will definitely love to connect you with them because I think, it will inspire everyone and you guys can take it further.
Okay. I'm so sorry. He does not understand what a podcast is.
Does he speak Spanish?
No, he's my fiance's grandfather and he's in his 70s.
Oh.
So yeah,
No
he's super nice.
No worries. I totally get it. Usually I'm like this on the side, like my hand if my son comes down. You usually don't see it, but yeah, I can't hurt right now. So I totally get it.
like you said, this is real life. So this is what
Yeah,
I deal
absolutely.
with on the daily.
I'm not cutting any of this out. They're gonna see. I think, you know, people really resonate with realness, and that's what I'm about. That's why
Yeah.
I don't script it. That's why I don't send you pre-questions that I'm gonna ask, because I never know what I'm gonna ask, because it's all based on organic conversation. You know, we're just, you know, two girls here, we're chilling, we are talking about how we inspire and how we get inspired, which you did say that
Yeah.
you have mentors. How important is it for any business owner, small business owner, to have mentor coaches and things like that? Can you share with our audience how important that is?
Yes, we are actually releasing a podcast episode the third week of March, all about like how important like having those mentors are. And it could be, I think it's important to have people who are learning from you, people at your level, and also people where they're where you want to be. I just got to visit a boutique in Chicago. They flew me out there to do their brand shoot for them, but it was also so inspiring because she was like who I want to be in 10 years. So having those people keep you like to keep you accountable, but also to, you know, to cheer you on as well. If you're listening and you don't have that person, Nikki's here, I'm here. We can find you some sort of community. I'm sure it's so important to like have those friends in business for sure.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Definitely look for the, and I love the way that you really explained that you have to have those that you can pull up to where you're at, those that are at your level so you guys could grow together, and those that are way ahead that they can pull you in as well. It's so important. That happens day to day in all my communities. I haven't experienced anything outside of that where people were just left behind. I never felt left behind. And I'm in like 8 different communities, also having my own community. And, you know, there's people that are way advanced. They've been in the business longer than I have. And, you know, they're teaching me things. And, you know, it's just that osmosis that you create where, you know, there's only one way, and that's up, and it's for everyone. So thank you so much for that, Meghan. You are amazing. You can check out chicoandco.com and check out the amazing stuff that she has on there. I'm about to go look at it, and I'm super excited for you. Congratulations on hitting your 5th year. That's a huge milestone. And I just want to ask you one more question. Is there ever a time that you had any challenges that you kind of wanted to give up? And if you did, how did you out talk that voice in your head? Just share a little bit about that.
Absolutely. I think that is a season that I'm currently into, not wanting to give up, but it's just been a really weird year financially for a lot of people in business. But like we were saying, those mentors are going to help you through those hard times, but also just staying true to yourself and knowing like I'm worth it to not give up. I deserve success. I am deserving of love is so important, like outside of business as just a human being as well. So I feel like I think of my future self and my younger self, and I owe her that. I owe her not giving up. So I think it's really important to just think of like you, even a year ago, if you saw yourself now, like I'm sure there's things that person would be so proud of, and just to remember that when you're in those tough seasons, because if Meghan saw like me now, I know like younger Meghan would be proud even if I don't feel proud right now. So that's how I keep going.
I love that. At 25, Meghan, you are just a ray of sunshine. Like you really, really are. And I love that mindset, because at that age, I was thinking that way, but I never took action, and you did. So I just want to commend you. And, you know, for young women, I am going to share this with all my moms, have their daughters, their sons, just listen to this, because it's so powerful because you can do it. You're never too young. You're never too old.
And you're never too old either. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, never too old, and are always on time. It's never too late. So I just want to emphasize that. Like, I've seen people at age 60, 70 starting their lives now. And it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you end and what you want to be known as. So again, never be discouraged. If you have an idea, the only thing that you know that things will happen is if you take action. If you don't take action, that's just a plane. It's not going to work. It just doesn't exist. So thank you so much, Meghan, for your wisdom. I absolutely love everything that you're doing. 100% supportive of just everything. And you have me at awe for sure. So I'm definitely going to thank your dad for connecting us and bringing you to that event. And I just wish you the best of luck in everything you're doing. I know you don't need luck, but you definitely need to continue to have that fire and desire to really keep going and make things happen. And I know you guys are very creative. You guys will make a way and a path to success because that's all we can do. There's no turning back. There's no looking back. And it's okay if you want to switch it up, change it. I don't know what that looks like for anyone who, you know, is in that space where they choose not to give up, but there is an opportunity to rebrand, rechange, and that is okay.
Yeah.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. So I'm going to just give you the floor for your final words. What do you want to leave our audience with? And then we'll close out.
Well, I hope that this episode, especially with being interrupted a few times, was more relatable for people watching. If you don't know, I live on a farm. We have 30 acres. So my building is basically halfway into a horse pasture. So I literally have a horse that just like comes up to my window. And so it's pretty real life here in Delaware, being a small town gal, you know, looking to be big. So I hope that resonates with a lot of people. But I think if I could say one thing to like anyone listening, and as cliche as it might sound, it's so important that at the end of the day, as long as you're happy and you like what you're doing, that's all that matters. And that success and creativity will just come naturally. Just stay true to what you want to do. That is my biggest possible, advice to anyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Meghan. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of You're Welcome. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I have had a blast and I hope you did too. Definitely connect chickaandco.com and connect with her on Facebook, Meghan Santana. She's a great person to chat with if you are feeling inspired and just kind of want to prick her brain. She's available, and you can always contact me, Nikki Cuesta, at buildingaleadershipmindset.com. Thank you again. Have a great day. And as I always say, make it count.